Guys, today we are going to be doing power. We're going to try to figure out why this thing's not producing any power. This is a little 98cc Wen, what is it, 20 or 1800 watt Wen generator. It's not producing any power. Like usually the green light comes on. Here, I'll get a drill and plug it in. Hold on. So any of the parts that I use, I'm hoping I've got some parts lying around that, you know, because I got a bunch of parts for these. Usually it's an issue back in here, but there is, I think, a capacitor inside here as well. Any of the parts that it needs, you know, I'll put in the description below. Anything it could possibly be. We'll go through the list of the things it could be and everything that, you know, that it could be, so we'll try to figure it out. So we're just going to tear into this thing. First, let me show you the, you know, the lack of power. There's no light on, no power, and you see, like, it looks like somebody is fucked with shit. No telling what's going on in here. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to rip off the back of this, see if we can see anything wrong with this. Two 8mm. Let's pop that off. And bolts out. This off. Oh, there's nothing in here. All right, let's just make sure everything's plugged in. Usually there's like brushes, but you can also, you know, check the wiring. Make sure, you know, that it's all plugged in. Make sure you don't see any burnt copper anywhere. You know, just check over everything real quick. Ground. All these plugs look like they're all the way down in. Other side looks like it's all down in. So I'm betting these all look fine. These look fine here. Alright, I'm betting that this is going to be a capacitor issue. That there's a capacitor in here. We're gonna pop this whole thing off. First, let's go ahead, put this back on. Vents pointing down. Make sure this rubber plug's put in place. So there's nothing back here. Alright. So 10mm, 1, 2, 3, 4, pop them off. So it's off here. It just comes right off. There's a Phillips head there and a Phillips head right here. We're gonna pop those two Phillips heads off. Give me a little bit more wire room here. I'm gonna unplug these guys. They just pull right out. Top, bottom. Doesn't matter which direction they go back on. I don't believe it even matters what side they go on. And there it is. Wire hanging out right there. That's a little capacitor. It's gotta be plugged in. So I'll find this capacitor as well, but we're just going to look. See, it's all stretched out. We need to squish these blades down in with a pair of pliers. Too tight, just tight enough. There, just tight enough to where it's a nice tight fit. Let's do the other side. Squeeze that down. Just tight enough to where it'll fit on. I need to go a little bit more, but I'm gonna have to do two hands with this. Just tight enough where it'll fit right on that spade and won't slide out. I do not know where the thread is for this guy, but we don't want it just flopping around in there. I'm going to put it out like that right now. I'm going to pull this all back up and put those two Phillips heads back in. Plug these two wires back in. They were on the right side. Well, at least the one closest to the box. Plug them in, and we're going to give it a quick test. Lights on. And then you got the 4 bolts here. Put them in 10mm. So again, I'll look up the capacitor. I wish I had a little knob. I'll look and see if I got one for this guy. Get this thing fucking put in right. That little square capacitor. Sometimes it's not the spades. It'll be 2 wires, so you have to splice the wires, and it doesn't matter which way they go at all. So the capacitor, I'll get that. I'll put it in the description below. Also, sometimes it's that little 4-prong square relay that was in there. Could also be bad breakers. I'll see what I can find and put in the description below. But sometimes like I just showed you, it's as simple as a wire wasn't on properly, and you can just open it up and find out. It could be in the back where the wire's not on, or in here where the wire's not on, just unplug. In the back the clip will be in, but one of the terminals will be out and not plugged in. So you just got to check everything over and see what looks out of place or burnt or something like that. Alright guys, this helped you out in any way, shape, or form, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. If you want to do any advertising through my channel, message me. I'll be more than happy to have you. Peace.